Hi, the purpose of this video is to explain the kind of folks we hire at DeepThought. We've hired more than 200 candidates via Internshala, and I think about 150 will be officially listed out there. Uh, so we look for people who are more like Baba Ranchod Das in the movie Three Idiots. This is Indian film where there's this rebel who wants to ask questions, who wants to explore, who wants to learn for the sake of learning, not because you're going to get any incentive. We don't want the people who are incentive driven. We want the people who are insight driven, right? So the selection process is a little different. We try to understand people a little carefully before hiring. So why do we have this kind of behavioral selection process? In fact, a lot of people get annoyed at the end of the selection process. So let me just say that this video is going to give you 5 reasons why not to join DeepThought. Let me give you 5 reasons why not to join DeepThought. Point number one, if you're looking for spoon feeding, you want someone to tell you every day what to do, probably DeepThought is not the place for you. We want people with that maturity and initiative. A lot of people do not do things on their own. They do it only when someone is following up with them, when someone is pushing them. So those are not leaders, they're followers, right? So unless there's a leader and unless there's discipline, they do not do stuff. So those are people who need discipline, not those with self-discipline. So if you lack initiative, probably DeepThought is not the place for you. You want someone to, you know, give you an organized plan. You want someone to, remind you every day. This is like 95% of India, right? That unless there's an external push, we don't do things. But if you're somebody who is high on initiative, probably we're looking for you. Point number two, if you're somebody who doesn't like to ask questions at the end of a discussion, if you don't like to ask questions, probably you're not for DeepThought, because we're building an amazing culture tech solution, and AI suit is what DeepThought is working on. So we would want individuals who ask a lot of questions. Point number three, if you don't enjoy talking to people, probably DeepThought is not the place for you, because here our selection process is such that we bring amazing people together onto one platform. So you get to learn by talking to different people. There's a new learning every day. Every day is a new day at DeepThought. So if you're somebody who doesn't enjoy talking to people, it's like walking into a store which sells great mango juice when you don't like mango, right? So if you don't like talking to people, probably we're not the right ones for you. And point number four, if you're very narrow minded in terms of what you want to learn, if you're only interested in learning data science or only interested in learning web development, probably we're not the right place for you. But if you're a curious person who likes picking up new things, who likes learning a new thing every day, probably this is the place for you, because we have that cross functional culture here where people keep sharing their learnings with each other on a daily basis through work reflection at the end of the day. Every day at the end, 30 minutes, people sit down and do this. So, and point number five, if you're somebody who just wants a job, probably we're not the right ones for you, because everybody here wants to change the society, wants to change the world. So these are 5 reasons not to join DeepThought. Now, why is it that we look for learning drive and these reasons? Because we've got a pretty sorted L&D mechanism, learning and development mechanism. We probably have India's best intern and fresher mentoring mechanism at DeepThought. Every day people go through this work reflection, as I mentioned. They share their work, they have their celebrations written down, they have their plan versus actuals they write down, right? I plan to do these many lines of code, I did these many lines of code. I plan to do in this project, these are the number of story points I wanted to complete, but I completed only these. And this is why I was not able to complete. So that plan versus actuals reflection happens at the end. There's also celebration of your day's work, because when you celebrate your day's work, you get that energy to come back every day to work. So we have that work reflection. We also have a lot of workshops which are taught in a Socratic manner. So a lot of things that you were not able to learn in your college, which you were not able to understand in your college, you probably understand and feel more powerful about your ability to learn new things through this new methodology of learning that DeepThought has. And on Wednesdays, we have an amazing day. We've got LDI, Leadership Development Initiative, where people pitch new ideas, right? I mean, 40 people come, each one pitches a new idea. You can go to different rooms, you can meet a lot of new people during the LDI. On Saturdays, we have the Socratic dialogue, where we pick new business topics every Saturday, and everybody is made to learn these business topics. So, in a nutshell, you're not seen like an intern or a fresher. You're seen like a corporate leader, that tomorrow, if you're supposed to run an entire organization, how do you run it? What are the things you've got to learn? So, over the next 2 to 3 years, if you're with DeepThought, the goal is to see you grow as a corporate leader. Shagun Mishra, one of our young hires, she joined us as an intern last year in March. Now she's assistant vice president data infrastructure at DeepThought, leads more than a 30-member team, has handled 58 software projects over the last year. Shavan Mandal, uh, 25 years old, leads a 30-member tech team at DeepThought, assistant vice president technology at DeepThought. So we have a young and amazing leadership team here, and a lot of projects which people with several years of experience struggle to deliver. These youngsters at DeepThought have been doing. In case you want to experience this phenomenon firsthand, uh, you can definitely be a part of our observation process. So we have something called the observation process. So in the observation process, you can join the Zoom link and see what we do. DeepThought is possibly the only company with this level of transparency where we encourage all the applicants who've completed the assignment. All the applicants who've completed the assignment, we let them come see our company for 6 days in a structured manner called observation process, understand what the company is doing, and then join only if you find it exciting. So that kind of transparency is here because we want individuals to come in when they connect at the level of passion and purpose. Because for a lot of individuals, what happens is you don't want to work for a company. It's a half-hearted thing. The company also doesn't want to work for you. So it's like a toxic marriage, right? Where both the people do not want to be with each other, but they're forced to be with each other. So today's corporate system is that way, right? Employees don't want to work for that employer. The employer doesn't want to work with the employee, but because they have no other choice, they work together. But a deep thought, I think, for people working here, DeepThought is their first choice employer, and for DeepThought, the people working with us are the first choice employees. So when you're with a person who's a first choice person, you're happy, right? So that's what we see here. And if this sounds too good to be true, come be a part of the observation process. Check out what this new world is. I mean, we say welcome to DeepThought, something like welcome to Hogwarts, right? Platform number 93/4. This kind of a workplace exists. This kind of a culture exists. We have more than 500 videos on our YouTube channel. Check it out. It's not easy to get in, but once you get in, I think it's a huge world of transformation. And deep thought, there's just two words that drive the people of deep thought. That's transformation and growth. So how do you get in? Go through all the videos carefully, go through all the resources carefully, show your seriousness in the assignment. You give me one word, two-word answers, or you give me very brief formal answers which are fake. You give me formal answers which are fake to impress. Sorry, not interested. But if your answers are authentic, if your answers are showing what you truly think, if your heart and thought can be felt, if I can feel your heart and thought through your answers and I see you're authentic, I think we'd love to work with you. So we're looking for those with that amazing character, right? Looking for those individuals with that spark, with that character who can be a part of this mission and change the Indian education system as well as the Indian corporate system. So you wish to change the world, the pathway is right ahead of you. So show me your seriousness in your assignments. We'll have an amazing conversation. Would really love to pick up a few youngsters for a project here in Hyderabad. Thank you.